How tough was it just having one game without Khalil as far as puzzling together your rotation and reps last week?
I think Coach T did a great job of keeping everything under control and really orchestrating everything. In practice, we do a lot of different combinations of people in there. That was my first time, really playing with Casey. That was a good experience. But I was kind of used to it, playing with Ben Staley and playing with DT next to me, and same with Carlos and DT. Like I played with different people all the time. Even he also throwing me out there at end and had my brother at nose. So it really wasn't different because we practiced that.
How did he handle that? How did Phil handle that suspension?
He handled it well. He practiced per usual. On the sideline, he was a great motivational person on the sideline. He stayed with energy, stayed motivating us. If he saw something, he pulled us to the side and mentioned it to us. If he noticed something that we were doing that was wrong, false step, or he seen there was a certain thing they were doing to us, I know he called me out and was like, "Hey, Darrion, make sure you keep tight hands because you're getting a little too wide and they're getting your chest." So he was just another set of eyes on us that was helping us out.
Did Casey know sort of during the week that he was going to probably get a chance, and how did you think he handled that first time and sort of not flopping?
Coach T does a good job of throwing the young guys out there every once in a while. And Casey's one of those guys. He's one of the next men up. So for him, he's always had reps in practice, and for him to actually get out there in the game, I think he did pretty well. I think it was good for him to get his feet wet in the Big Ten game like that. I feel like now that he knows what it's like, he has, it's like smelling blood in the water. It's going to make him and motivate him to keep getting better and to keep getting out there.
Hey, Darrion, does the fact that the offense has got some injury issues that they're dealing with right now, whether it impacts the game or not on Saturday, does that do anything for you defensively with the message that you give to your guys as a captain this week?
Not at all. We always preach next man up. Things always happen, like this past week with Khalil, next man up. And the offense, I think they do a pretty good job of what they do. Even in practice, I see a lot of the different guys on tempo, if it's on a scout period or anything, we see a lot of those guys. And I'm 100% confident in anybody that they put in the position because I've seen them do it in practice.
Does it motivate you at all to not to buckle down, to not allow anything? Then you're probably going to every week with that mentality.
Oh yeah. We always want to put the offense in the best position possible. We want to do our job by giving them great field position, by taking momentum from the opposing team. So we always feel pressure in regards to just performing. We put that on ourselves. We have a standard that we want to uphold, and every time we go out there and touch the field, we always want to just continue the black shirt mentality and get after teams.
What's the challenge you face with Minnesota? They've got 3 or 4 really talented running backs. How do you go about attacking them this week?
Man, they got some big tight ends. Something different for us. It's going to be a real challenge on our edge because their tight ends, they're big bodies, and it's like actually having 2 other offensive linemen on the field at the same time. So I think that's something that I've noticed, and that's something that we're going to have to. That's something that we're keying in on in practice is making sure we take care of those 2 and trying to stop the run.
Do they play with any tempo, or are they kind of they use most of the play clock?
I haven't really seen TV copies yet. We've watched cut-ups, but when I get into the TV copies, I'll make sure to pay attention to that.
How do you feel like your line has navigated the first half of the year physically, and how much is the message to kind of finish this week strong before the bye?
We don't even see the bye, to be honest. We're looking at the next game, and that's actually one thing that's comforting in regards to just playing with this team. We're not the bye week is on anybody's mind right now. We just want to play, and we just want the opportunities to go out there and attack anybody.
Being a big guy from Texas who's played in the Big 12, would you welcome a 30, 35-degree night on Saturday? How do you feel about it if it happens like that?
I have no control over the weather, so it's one of those things where God bless us with a day, so just be thankful for it. And I'm not used to playing in the weather. I get used to it after warm-ups. I'll be straight.
Hey, Coach, did you address anything with the third quarter stuff yesterday? He mentioned it after the game, just starting the third quarter faster, offense and defense.
Just I think it's just one of those things where we just have to come out with the same fire that we did in the beginning of the game. I don't really think it's anything physically. I just think it's a mental thing, just having the same desire and having the same fire, attacking the third quarter that we do the first and the second.
Do you have a name for that dance you did after the?
Oh yeah, that's actually called hopping. It's something that we do with my fraternity. Yeah, that was me and Tony. Tony is he's of Spring 19, so they're always, you know, Darrion, I understand you one of the old guys, but you got to get out there with us sometime, and that was opportunity, and he was like, hey, let's do it, and I was like, all right.
Anything else for Darrion? Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, this is Jason Jorgensen, Sports Director at KRVN. Thanks for watching our YouTube video. To keep up to date with everything we have going on with our sports coverage, you can find that, and we'd love to have you subscribe to our channel. Just hit the little red button in the right corner.